What up, YouTube? It's your girl DeeDee. Welcome back to the channel. So I'm back with another reaction for you guys. Now, in this particular clip, Corey Holcomb says Cardi B needs a man like him, baby. You can't make this up. But we gonna hop right into this little clip, y'all. It's a short clip. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel if you like the content. Share and like the video and hit that bell to be notified when I upload new content or go live. Let's listen to what Corey had to say. Here we go.
Cardi B, what a poor soul. She needs a man like me to show her who she is and how she can do better.
She hunts dark skinned that want to be cute.
She be having fun.
She needs a man to make her cry, not from yelling at her, by simply conversating with her. A reflection of her life will come through my voice, and she will begin to realize and adhere to this law I administer in our home that she pays for.
I told y'all, this dude is nuts. But baby, listen, when it comes to Cardi B, you know, I really think Cardi B is struggling. You know, I think she's having a hard time dealing with her breakup, you know, her personal relationships and all of these things. I think, you know, it could be difficult, but I think a lot of the things, and not just Cardi B, but a lot of women in general, a lot of the issues that they face is them putting themselves in those situations. They put themselves in these situations and then they don't like the outcomes. This is why I always say you have to really think about the choices that you're making. You really got to think about the decisions you make and think about the potential outcomes of those decisions. You know what I mean? And I don't think a lot of people do that because everybody want to make it seem like, oh, life is, you know, whatever happens, happens. Not thinking that they need to prioritize anything or put much thought into the choices that they make. They just make it seem like, oh, we just vibing and what happens, happens. And not realizing that when you allow that to happen, whatever happens, what's the saying? One thing led to another. No, you made a choice. You made a choice because one thing, if you're saying one thing led to another and you didn't stop that and say, oh no, because at any moment you could stop that one thing that's led to another. You could stop that chain of events and you could do something else if you don't want to do that. So this idea of one thing led to another and it just kind of happened, I think that's an excuse, a poor excuse for you just allowing certain things to happen without making a real, you know, and making it seem as if you didn't really have a choice when you did. And so then when you get the outcomes associated with, oh, one thing led to another, or it just happened, why are people not prepared for that? Why are everybody's prepared to just do whatever in the name of fun or vibing, but then you end up pregnant or you end up, you know, with a baby with a person that you're not really with, or, you know, they not ready for a child and now you got to mentally deal with that and the idea that you might have to raise this child by yourself, or they trying to tell you to get rid of it, or you got to go through all of that when that could have been avoided by simply either not dealing with this person sexually or making sure that you're protected so you won't get a baby. You know what I mean? Putting things in place so that you can have a better outcome. But far too often, people are just out here willy-nilly, just doing whatever it is they want to do and not thinking about the consequences. I'll never forget the video that they played years ago of Cardi B saying there was another guy that was interested in her, but that's not who she wanted to be with. She said he was a nice guy and everything, but she didn't want to be with that nice guy. She wanted to be with this guy. And this is the guy that she got. And you got to understand that when you choose a certain person, you're choosing every part of them. But to go into it not, you know, like you don't see and know what's going on. If this guy has multiple baby mamas, or you know that he's a flirt, you know that he's like, you know, that he's going to be with other women, you know that because a lot of these men make it very clear. You go into this knowing he's not going to change for you. He has options and he's going to exhaust every option that he has. And a lot of these women go into this knowing that, hey, he a playboy, he's this, but you're attracted to him just like all of the other women are attracted to him. Just like he's able to go and be with all these other women who are attracted. You got to understand that that's just not going to stop. And so I think a lot of times women play these games and play these roles and act as if they don't know what they're getting themselves into. But a lot of times they do. Now, I could see if you were just completely blindsided, like you just thought that this guy was a nice guy and he presented himself as such and that he was going to be a one woman's man. And he stated that and he was like, I'm only gonna be with you and that's it, and I'm all for a monogamous relationship. I'm committed man and I'm a church going man. He presented himself as all of this, and he told you this and reeled you in, and you really didn't know. And then once he got you, then he's turned to be a hoe and really just let it all loose. Now, if you're completely blindsided, okay, that's a totally different story. But I think that is not the case for a lot of these situations. I think people want what they want, and somehow they think when they get it that it's going to turn into something else. Because once again, for women, we change our minds often. We want something and then we don't want it. We'll be okay with this and you agree to certain stuff and then you change your mind. And that's what men have a problem with. You switching up. You agree to it and then all of a sudden now you have kids and now you wanted something different. And so you can't do that when you're dealing with these types of men. So I think with Cardi B and Offset, I think that was, in my opinion, from what we've seen. Now, it could be something different behind the closed doors, but from what she said and how their interactions that they've had between each other, I mean, it was clear that this man was outside. You know what I mean? He was outside and he had a lot of women. And that didn't stop when he got with her, clearly. And it seems like it wasn't an issue until the public caught wind of it. And every time something happened, everybody knows about it. And I think that was embarrassing to her. But that's the guy you chose. You chose to create a family with him, even though you know the type of person that he is. So why is it that when the relationship is finally over, now he's a BA ninja and he's this and you can't stand him and you hate him and all of this? But these are the things, you knew the type of person that you were dealing with for the most part. But you still chose to forge ahead and forge a relationship with this person because that's the person that you are attracted to. That's the type of person that you like. But when you like that type of person, you have to accept everything that comes with them. You can't assume or presume that they're going to change and be something else. No, they're going to be who they are. And I think that's the problem that a lot of women have. You're trying to force something that just ain't going to fit. You're trying to make a guy that you are attracted to with the means that he has and all of this that you like about him. You like all of that about him, but you don't want him to be a hoe. You don't want him to be outside. You want him to be faithful and committed to just you, when most of those types of men are not. It's the type of person that comes with their nature. And if you're willing to accept them and love them for who they are, you got to accept the flaws and all, or choose better. But before a lot of these particular women choose better, choose a nice guy who would be faithful and be loving and all of these things, then somehow not attracted to that type of guy. Even if he's a handsome guy, it's something about these bad boys that these women are drawn to, and they don't even know why. And then once again, you create these families with them and then you complain about their activities. So they like the attributes of the bad guy, but you don't like it when you feel he should get to a point when women like to control things. And so when they feel that, at a certain age, you need to grow up, you need to start not doing what you've been doing, you need to start doing something else, they expect it just to happen. Oh, you got kids now, you got a wife now, you're older now, it's time for you to stop being a hoe. No, it ain't time for him to stop being a hoe. He gonna be a hoe until he ready to stop being one. You and those kids and nobody else is going to stop that. That's the type of guy that most of these women are attracted to. But every woman thinks that she has the vagina that's gonna make him change. She gonna do everything that he want and he's gonna be faithful. No, you can do everything you want. You can do everything under the kitchen sink and he's still gonna go out and do what he gonna do. So you have no control over that. You have no say. You can't make him change. This is why I say choose wiser, pick better, start changing the way you see men and what you're attracted to, because seems like the majority of the men that women are attracted to are those types of men. And the good guys who would be a good husband and want to marry and all that, somehow they're not attracted to him. But I want to hear your thoughts. Please enlighten me in the comments below. I want to hear what you got to say on this. What's your take on this? Why do a lot of women go for the bad guys, hoping that they would change to be a good guy? Let me know in the comments below. I want to hear your thoughts. Comment, like, subscribe. Y'all know what it is. And I will catch you in the next one. Bye.